Commander Zara Velthari stood before the massive viewing screen aboard her flagship, watching Earth grow larger with each passing moment. Her silver skin gleamed under the bridge lights while her forearms moved across multiple control panels. With practiced precision, the invasion fleet stretched endlessly behind her ship, carrying warriors from the mighty Kethaval Empire. For 3 cycles, Zara had studied these humans through intercepted transmissions and probe data. They seemed weak and divided, always fighting among themselves. Their technology lagged behind the Empire by centuries, yet something about them made her pause. The way they never surrendered, even when facing impossible odds, puzzled her greatly. Lieutenant Nixara approached with the latest reports about human military positions. Her purple eyes glowed with excitement as she spoke of easy victories ahead. The younger officer believed this conquest would bring them glory and advancement through the ranks of their warrior society. Captain Maya Rodriguez watched the alien fleet approach through her telescope at the hidden mountain base. Deep in the Colorado Rockies, her small team represented humanity's last hope for survival. The main armies had already fallen, and most cities lay in ruins, yet she refused to give up hope. Her communication officer, Lisa Turner, picked up strange signals from the enemy flagship. Someone was broadcasting on frequencies that should have been impossible for aliens to access. The transmission contained mathematical sequences that seemed almost like an invitation to respond. Back on the Kethaval flagship, Zara found herself studying human art and music that her intelligence teams had collected. These creatures created beauty even in times of war, which her people had never understood. The Empire valued only strength and conquest, leaving little room for such expressions. Officer Tixina brought news that concerned Zara greatly. Scout ships reported finding hidden human facilities that showed remarkable ingenuity and adaptation. These humans were using their planet's natural features in ways no other species had attempted before during invasion scenarios. Maya decided to risk everything and respond to the alien transmission using ancient mathematical principles that transcended language barriers. She hoped whoever was sending the signal might be different from the others who had destroyed her world without mercy. The response came faster than Zara expected and contained something that shook her to her core. The humans had somehow decoded their language and were asking not for mercy, but for understanding. They wanted to know why the Empire had come to their world. Nixara insisted they should ignore the transmission and proceed with the final assault, but Zara felt something she had never experienced before. These humans were reaching out across the void between species seeking connection rather than survival. Maya's team worked frantically to establish better communication with the alien commander. They discovered the signals were coming from someone high in the enemy hierarchy, possibly even their leader. This presented an unprecedented opportunity if they could make contact. Through careful exchange of information, Zara learned about human concepts like compassion, sacrifice, and love for those who could not protect themselves. The Empire had no words for such ideas because they showed what her people considered weakness. Officer Kexithara warned that High Command would not approve of these communications, but Zara continued anyway. She began to understand that humans fought not just for territory or resources, but for abstract concepts like freedom and dignity. Lisa managed to send images of Earth before the invasion, showing cities full of art music and families living peaceful lives. She hoped the alien commander would see that humanity was more than just another conquest target for their expanding empire. The images affected Zara more deeply than she expected. Her people conquered worlds for their resources and strategic value, but these humans had created something beautiful on their planet before the Empire arrived to destroy it all. Maya sent personal stories about human relationships and the bonds between friends, families, and communities. She explained how humans helped each other during disasters and celebrated together during good times, hoping to show their true nature. Zara began to question everything she had been taught about the purpose of conquest and the glory of the Empire. Her warriors were trained to see other species as inferior, but these humans displayed qualities that seemed superior to her own people. Nixara became suspicious of her commander's behavior and secretly reported to High Command about the unauthorized communications with the human resistance forces. This action would have severe consequences for everyone involved in the exchange. The Empire's response came swiftly and brutally. Admiral Korthax arrived with additional ships and orders to complete the conquest immediately. He also brought charges of treason against Zara for communicating with enemy forces during active hostilities. Maya's team intercepted communications about internal conflict in the alien fleet and realized their exchanges had created a dangerous situation for their contact. They decided to attempt one final desperate transmission before the window closed. Forever. Zara faced a choice between loyalty to an empire that had shaped her entire existence and a growing understanding that conquest was not the only way to interact with other species. The humans had shown her possibilities she never imagined. The confrontation with Admiral Korthax forced Zara to make her decision publicly in front of her crew. She declared that the Empire was wrong to destroy species that could offer knowledge and friendship instead of just resources Maya received. The final transmission just as enemy ships began their approach to the mountain base. The alien commander was asking for coordinates to the human stronghold, not to attack it, but to protect it from her own fleet. In a moment that shocked both species, Zara turned her weapons on Admiral Korthax's ship, while broadcasting to all human resistance cells that they had an ally among the stars. Her action started a rebellion within the invasion fleet. The battle that followed was unlike anything either species had ever seen. Ships that had come to conquer Earth now fought against each other while humans provided tactical support to their unexpected alien allies. Maya and her team guided friendly alien forces to key targets, while Zara's followers worked to disable ships loyal to the Admiral. The cooperation between species showed both sides what was possible when understanding replaced hatred. When the fighting ended, Admiral Korthax lay dead and his supporters scattered. Zara stood victorious, but knew she could never return to the empire that had created her. The price of understanding was exile from everything she had known. Maya met Zara face to face when the alien commander landed at the mountain base. Their first words were not about victory or defeat, but about building something new together between their peoples. The surviving human cities welcomed the rebel aliens as heroes rather than conquerors. The two species began sharing knowledge and culture, creating bonds that would reshape both civilizations for generations to come. Zara found herself fascinated by human concepts of justice, mercy, and second chances. Her people had no tradition of redemption, but the humans offered her a new way to find meaning in existence. Maya became Earth's first ambassador to the reformed Kethval, who had overthrown their old leadership after learning about the rebellion. The galaxy would never be the same after humans and aliens chose cooperation over conquest. Years later, when historians studied the first contact between species, they would mark this as the moment when understanding between different peoples became possible. Zara and Maya had shown that even enemies could become friends through communication and mutual respect. The story ended not with conquest, but with the beginning of a new age where differences between species were seen as strengths rather than reasons for war. The galaxy had learned that diversity made civilizations stronger, not weaker.